Hey, Max here. So I want to talk about the meta in Madden 26 right now. A lot of discussion online about it. Become a member to be getting an ebook on the Buffalo Bills, 50 minutes or so about that offensive book. But we're going to go through Vikings on defense, Jacksonville on offense, and I've seen a few different things. But I'm going to go through like the concepts that I'm seeing right now and the degenerative stuff online, so that way you guys know it and can help fight against it. So Jacksonville, now I'm seeing a lot of bunches. I saw a nice gun cluster against me, but a lot of the route concepts are very similar because I think we're going to do offense first, and then we'll go to defense here in a second. Well, a minute or something. But basically, a lot of the combos, you can set up a lot of it because of the way Hot Route Master works out of any formation. We'll just go motion halfback choice right here. And then on defense, we'll just go with a standard defense right here. The main defense you'll see online is a version of the cover 4. We'll talk about how people are manipulating cover 4 for their purposes here in a second. But let's just say you're seeing cover 4 shaded down, non-match often. You will see a little bit of match. But basically what people do, the way they attack it is by either attacking the outside with like corner situations. Now, they do not use double corners like this. They use corners at different depth with different cuts, but I'm just showing you an example of how, like, you see how they go to different spots. So you'll do a little bit better there. Everything on the backside can be distracting. Something like, oh man, the game's not, okay, here we go. Something like this. To kind of take advantage of the game, and then they look over here and they'll throw it up here, and I just got hit by a crazy shed. So that's kind of one of the things that attack your cover 4. They out leverage you to the sidelines. That is, you see how this with the pass lead down or pass lead outside was open because the deep corner goes for like this deep corner. So something like that to attack their sidelines. I see a ton of that. I see then the other side is like, say, a post or a deep cross behind a streak. So something like this, then you'll hit Thornton, or you can double drags because those are really powerful, right? So they'll look to the drags for your user, and then oh shoot, this is match. I did not need to leave match on. Oh, Sap's got his X Factor activated because of course he does. But something like this, maybe we need to put defensive linemen on little spies. So you see them like this a lot online. Also, you can also streak Owens too to have it get under that, but something like this, and then if the drags are taken, you throw it under here and catch in front of the deep quarters, as I just got lit up by the number 1. So really, you can do a lot of things to make that now work. So I see a lot of that. Corner routes, post patterns, because the meta is cover 4. The meta is absolutely cover 4, okay? There, you see some I'll show you some of the motion glitches and stuff that you see online a lot here too. But those are the main contents of like the offenses that I see attack me. Stop routes are huge against cover 4 defense because almost everybody's running cover 4. I rarely see a game that's not just cover 4, the whole rip and a switch stick. So we're going to get the defense soon though. Don't get it twisted. We'll get the defense soon. Again, become a member for the Buffalo Bills ebook. We'll talk more about stuff there. I really like this drive white corner. So a lot of what you see too, doubles, flex, Y off close, great play calls here, but you see a lot of the exploits. Y sail, fantastic, as you see. That clear out route's great, that corner route, then flat, and then you can like drag that guy or whatever. But a lot of what you see online here, you see this motion dagger Y in on the far side of the screen over there, that outside corner. So we're gonna call this cover 4 quarters again, and then shade down, get some hard flats there. But you see how this corner is right here? If you shade down, and this isn't just this corner, there's a lot of corners. Like watch Nakua. I probably should have taken off the auto motion, but watch Nakua kind of like get out there. It's not that much of a speed burst, but there's some that are really speed bursty. I got one in my Carolina Panthers book. I'll have an ebook on that. That's even better. It goes crazy with some of the bursts, but stemming down is a glitch. Some better than others. Like I said, this is not the best. This is not the best speed burst out by Puka right here. But it gets out underneath that cover 4 quarter, even if they press it. So that's something you see a lot. The other one that I see online a bit, I don't see this as much, but I'll probably see more after this comp tourney since it was everywhere. It was a problem in college football also, but it was called like the motion quiet the crowd glitch. It's really out of like bunch. I know there's a bunch in here that has it. Yeah, bunch nasty with like, see how motion cross post. You see how it goes across? So when you take a look at it, again, cover 4 quarters, what most people have, you generally actually want, and you'll see it, they'll have the bunch to the wide side of the field. So the bunch will be on the right and the motion will go to the left. And it's really good, especially with these nasty sets, because the corners are more lined in. So basically, when you snap it here on Thornton, do you see how he kind of like right there, he snaps it right there? Okay. So it's very easy to defend like that. But what people end up doing is they end up quieting the crowd. Like I said, we saw this in NCAA also. Let's just go like this. And then we go like here. When you, oh crap, I couldn't do it right there. When you quiet the crowd with your quarterback, you get that animation, you know, where they go. Hang on, come on. Stop it, close. I'm having trouble doing it. Why am I having trouble doing it? Can I not do it here? Can I do it in practice mode? What the heck's going on? I don't know. I can't do it right now. Anyways, when they quiet it, maybe it's this formation alone. I don't know what the heck's going on, but they go to the edge. Basically, on defense, all you need to do is when you see the guy get the quiet the crowd going, just take over this guy, spread him out. Generally, you can just like move them out there manually each time if you think they're going to do that. Otherwise, if you ever see a guy in motion and the quarterback goes to that setting, quickly fly out here, move him out here, and then switch stick back in here in the middle of the play to get back to your user, and then try and play from there. So that's something to be aware of online when people take advantage of that glitch. Maybe it's because it's like play action passing. I don't know why I couldn't get the quiet the crowd animation to even trigger. So that's kind of the offensive meta that I see, really, right? Drags, seam streaks. The reason why cover 4 on defense is everywhere is because cover 3 is terrible this year. The worst I've ever seen it. You want to know why cover 3 is terrible? Because it gets seamed like crazy. So if you go like right here, I don't know what we can call anything right here. So the cover 3 the corners, they don't play towards the seam enough. So if we go right here, watch, you could just basically, hang on. All right. The zone played it well. The under zone played it well, but that's because I didn't have a drag underneath. All right, Fox, stop getting lazy with your content here. Have a drag underneath, and all right, now watch. Now, okay, well that seam is what I found. All right. Anyways, basically, one or the other seam is going to be open every time against cover 3. Cover 2, they play really near the sideline too, so you just got to look. But you see how he finally bit down when I had the drag on the field? This guy bit down. So 81 was open and 12 was open. So people are basically on defense, you have to come out and cover 4. Or you can come out with a cover 3 blitz and convert your safeties to cover 4. You also want them in the box. You also safety depth, close, pinch is what I generally go to, so I keep them 8 yards off the line of scrimmage. I feel like tight is a little too tight, so I go close. 8 yards off the line of scrimmage, tight. Come on to cover 4. So basically, that's the defense, right? Cover 4, and then after the snap of the ball, we'll just do this play. What you'll see somebody do, and we'll talk about the blitzes they're using here soon. So here we are. We'll shade it underneath. And then what they'll do is they'll switch stick to certain routes, try and cover you back here to cover the corner, right here, get out here. So it's really just the defense watching your out combo and switching stick to the common combos to beat cover 4. And they hope to make you pay before you get like a touchdown. Defense is hard. Don't get it wrong. Switch stick does equalize it, but zones are so bad you have to use switch stick. You have to. And you see how much closer these guys are, 8 yards off? So the seam pattern won't be as effective with it. So we'll do the same thing, drag, seam R1. So something similar to this. And then you can still hit this, but man, you're taking a hit as you're giving it up. Generally, more often than not, you will probably drop something like that. Not saying it's impossible to quick throw that, but it's right there. Sorry, my user was stuck on the safety on the left. That's why he looked open. But it's a scary throw is why it is made like that. So that's cover 4. Now, the blitzes people are running at you, it's between one of 3 things is what I said. One of 4 things. First of all, if they're going to be, let's do the dollar first. So people come out and dollar Sam. They'll either come out, or not necessarily Sam. They'll come out and say like a cover 3 blitz, and then audible. I don't see it in this one. I usually come on the cover 4 if I'm going to run it. 1-4, and then it's like a where are we saying it? Yeah, this crossfire 3. Do you see they're on the crossing things? So they loop around and then they get to it. So basically people will go here, call cover 3, and then the very first things they do is hit the triangle, L1, that's safety. You see how it's inside quarter, right stick, then triangle, R1, inside quarter. So now you got your 2 inside quarters. So you basically converted to a cover 4. You have your 2 flats, and then you got your user. So then a loop blitz will come through, and then it basically goes like this, and then he loops around, and it did not work that time because I probably messed up the setup, but that's generally the thought around loop blitzing. Like I said, put him in an inside quarter, or maybe, sorry, do they use Ransaw? Yeah, it goes like this way. And then Palomalu will frequently loop around that. My offensive line looks like it picked it up. And then, like, the pickup is weird because sometimes it picks it up perfectly. This half slide to the right did end up picking it up because your line comes out slid different ways every time, every different play call. So frequently on offense, you'll want to hit L1 and then base, which is down on the left stick, to just pick it up. So let's try it one more time. Same thing. Hang on. Okay, that wasn't great because I accidentally hit hike and I had the wrong controller in my hand. But that's the thought process. There's a loop blitz. That's one thing. You can generally take care of loop blitz if you want to, block your running back, but I highly suggest just double teaming the right guard. Double teaming the defensive tackle. Takes care of it most of the time for me. Otherwise, you can slide to it. But yeah, that's kind of taking care of it. It sucks that they nerfed play action blocking this year. Play action blocking last year was great against it. I haven't seen it as effective this year. The bigger meta, though, I don't see a ton of that. The biggest meta I see is the 3-3, either single mug or double mug. So they come out in 3-3 single mug, say this cover 3 buzz match, and then convert over, or cover 4 quarters, more likely. That is what you'll see. And then they'll go and they'll select either Texas 4-man or left Tex 2-man if they think you're trying to escape the pocket to the right. Most of the time, it's Texas 4-man. The Texas 4-man weakness is to roll out the pocket, which is why your quarterback should have speed to get out the pocket. Like the Stafford release today, don't even try it, okay? But basically, what you're going to see here, and they're going to end up using this guy, and then, pulling him back into coverage. We'll just won't use him for this time, just to see it play out. So here's the Tex 2-man. And do you see how my offensive line actually did a really good job picking that up? I'm proud of you guys. But frequently, they'll shoot through that middle, undisturbed, on the Tex 2-man. If you see the setup, right there. So let's go ahead and... Oh, I know what I did wrong. Oh, my gosh. Sorry, you got to spread your D-line. I missed the last step. Tex 2-man, Tex 4-man, plus the spread line. So the tell that they're going to run it is they spread their D-line, right? That's the tell that they're going to run it, is the spread of the D-line, and it gets through inconsistently, but pretty good overall. Spread of the D-line, and send it. All right, here we go. And, got picked up again. Blitzes ain't working in this practice mode here, but it works in game. Man, that's crazy. Even with Brian Burns, it ain't working. Maybe it's because Cam Hayward is really slow, but... That's kind of what we're looking at for a blitz overall. So that's what you'll see online a lot. But like I said, escaping out the pocket against the Tex 4-man, because the outside guys are going in, which means you have a rollout basically either way. Most people will, if they have it, they'll do it like this. And you see how there's like these guys over here on the regular assignments. So like they'll have like a contain here. So when they spread, they can contain. Freeney's not really showing that he's on contain, but I put the contain in. Oof, that was kind of a weird one, wasn't it? So that's really what is happening. Okay, that's the main thing I see on defense. Cover 4, combine the switch stick along with the loop pressure of the Tex 4-man, and that's defense, man. That is really it right now. It's very static. So I did know some people do like cross man, run man. I don't see a ton of man coverage. I saw somebody today. This was insane. Now you can include this in what I just showed you. They came out and prevent 3 deep, man up 3 deep, and I came out and I don't know. I'll just say this formation. This is not the playbook I run right now. I'm in, like I said, Carolina. So they come on this. They press, all right, and then they pinch. They put a guy in a zone, and they either use her like this middle guy. Generally, use this middle guy, and then the weakness in the middle, or you can use this guy. And then the 2-man pass rush is so good, although you don't see it right here, which is awesome. The 2-man pass rush is generally so good. Is practice mode just better blocking than the game? This is crazy. Maybe it's because if you move in the pocket, they shed. Let me try that out. Maybe that's why it was working so effectively. So they press to get the press man, and then we'll put him into like a vert hook. Yeah, look at that. See that? Insta shed. And you'd be like, oh, he's got unstoppable force. No, man. It was insta shed earlier this game. So they sometimes only rush 2, and they get home really fast. So here's not moving in the pocket. Moving. And then, did you see that I got insta shed when I moved on the left? Is that something? I'm not hitting right trigger. I'm not hitting right trigger at all. But they insta shed as soon as I moved with my quarterback. Whoa. Did we just discover something? I moved and, that wasn't bad on shedding. They just got good angles. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but they were only rushing 2 and they were getting home in like 3 to 4 seconds. And since the press itself destroys us for like a second and a half, we were kind of under a lot of fire. Man coverage was really sticky against some of the best cards in the game. Owens, Nakua, Andrews. We were not getting open. So it was very frustrating whatsoever. So anyways, that's kind of what we're seeing as far as the meta right now online. With those glitches, with that defense, the switch stick. I'm not seeing a ton of man coverage, but you need to be aware of it out there. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully I helped. I don't know if I did. If I helped, made it worse, whatever you know, let me know. And I will see you guys later.